What's up guys, Coach Cam back again with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about how to improve your cardio. Believe it or not, improving your cardio actually has a lot of different components that will help get you the best results. Starting off, what form of cardio are you trying to improve at? Is it cycling? Is it rowing? Is it running? Right? Is it swimming? What form are you trying to improve at? Because that drastically changes the rest of this conversation. If you're trying to improve at running, the best thing you can do is to run. If you're trying to improve at swimming, the best thing you can do is swim. I think you're catching the point I'm trying to make. You need to be doing the exact form of movement that you're trying to test yourself on. So if you're trying to test yourself on a 5K, you very well need to have some practice, some training running at your 5K pace. Now, it may not need to be for the full 5K. It needs to be intervals, right? Maybe half mile, maybe up to a mile of intervals near or at 5K pace is going to be very helpful. And apply this to any other form of cardio that you're trying to improve at. Whether it's rowing or swimming, you need to be training near your race pace for some intervals throughout a given week in order to stimulate the body and the motor pattern of your nervous system to improve at that exact speed of movement. So when it comes to improving your cardio, the second thing you need to focus on is your muscular strength, right? Your muscular ability of your entire body. And this is why it's important for athletes to be in the gym lifting weights, because if you are weak, it's going to make those cardio movements way harder to complete, right? I was driving around the other day and I saw a high school boy running with a group of high school girls, and I looked at him and kind of noticed that he was kind of under-muscled, smaller, his form was a little bit worse because obviously he was new to running, right? And so you would expect that. The thing is, he would actually be better off lifting and getting some stronger muscles on his body so that running wouldn't be so hard for him. He would actually improve his 5K time just by having stronger muscles, as opposed to only focused on slow distance running. So you need to take that into account for yourself or your athletes to know that, hey, we need to have strong bodies and then apply those bodies to the sport that we're trying to get better at. And if you just try to do the sport itself, like running or swimming, you might incur an injury, or you just might not be the best that you could be because you have weaknesses in your muscles. These two things would be the first two things I would start with in order to optimize your cardiovascular performance or endurance performance, however you want to call it. And honestly, you can do other forms. So like if you're trying to improve at running, you can swim, you can bike, but it's not gonna give you that much of an advantage compared to someone who actually runs, right? It's something you can do if you're injured, if you want to just fill in the time, but it's not going to make the biggest impact or give you the best bang for your buck compared to actually doing the event, right? So it's important to train how you're going to perform, and so that your body can build those movement patterns very specifically. Now, when it comes to improving cardio, a lot of people would say that they need to go do long endurance bouts, right? They need to go run 10 miles, 15 miles. They need to swim for an hour, 2 hours. Not necessarily. Depends what your event is, right? If it's just a 5K, I don't think you really need to run more than, I'll say, 8 to 10 miles, really, for most people. And it's because the further you're running, the less specific the pace is to your race, right? If you're running for hours at 7-minute pace, but your race pace is 5-minute pace per mile, right? It's too far removed from your race pace to carry over that much. I know in the endurance space, it's a big tradition to put in a lot of miles, put in a lot of time into the sport, and that all kind of adds up to getting you better. And there is some truth to that. However, the biggest bang for your buck is going to be from your workouts, your interval workouts. The workouts where you run at or near race pace, you run at or near your threshold or your tempo pace. These workouts are going to improve you far more than really slow running for long periods of time. It's kind of like your easy days, right? Your easy runs during the week. It's not very beneficial. It's not going to make or break you. And if you're not feeling up for it, I would skip some of those easy runs. It's just not worth doing. A lot of teams and coaches have easy runs and easy trainings built in because, well, they have the practice time to do it, right? They've scheduled, hey, we're practicing from 4 to 6 p.m. We kind of need to fill that time. You know, the school is assuming that we are training at this time. We need to find something to do. And so that's where they kind of fill it in with easy runs. They say that you're building that motor pattern by doing that, but honestly, it's still not very specific enough to carry over or to matter to the event, right? If you're a 400-meter runner and you're running very quickly for 400 meters, do you think going off and jogging for 5 miles is going to make you a better 400-meter runner? It's not. It's not at all. It's too far removed. It's not specific enough. It's not fast enough. So get faster at the pace you're trying to hold, and then you will see better results than doing really slow, easy runs. So that's kind of my take on getting better cardio. It really comes down to the specific modality that you're trying to improve at or the competition. Now, if you just want general cardiovascular adaptations, I just recommend lifting hard and moderate to heavy weight in the gym and making progress over time in that. And that actually does give you cardiovascular improvements because, once again, your muscles of your body are all tied to your cardiovascular system. They are innervated by the blood vessels, the arteries, the veins, right? The oxygenated blood, the heart, the lungs. It's all connected to the skeletal muscles of your body. So when you are training your muscles, you are improving your cardiovascular system. Basically, just training them harder is what stimulates the cardiovascular system. And going off more of what I was talking about, you don't need to do every single type of modality either. You got other people who are on one extreme who think that you need to run in order to be fit. And if you suck at running, well, your cardiovascular system must be terrible. This is not true. That just comes from biased ideas, thinking that running, swimming, biking, these type of activities give you cardiovascular adaptations. The other extreme is thinking that you have to do every single type of modality. So you got to go from the assault bike to the rower, to burpees, to jumping jacks, to running, to swimming. You have to do every single thing or else you're terrible too. And that is also not true. Each modality is specific to that. And so if you have to get better at multiple modalities, then yes, you'll have to train multiple modalities. But when you're talking about the general cardiovascular system of your body, contracting muscles vigorously to failure is doing that for you. It's already doing that. And so to add in extra work and extra sports and skills to try to achieve cardiovascular fitness is extra. It's not necessary. You can do it if you like it, if you love it, if you're competing in it. Other than that, I would not recommend fatiguing yourself in a skill-based activity that you're not going to compete in. So training your muscles does improve your cardiovascular system because that's how you stimulate the cardiovascular system in the first place. There's nothing special about running, swimming, or biking. It's that you're contracting your leg muscles and your torso, your core muscles that actually stimulates the adaptations to begin with, right? So your body doesn't really know, in terms of the cardiovascular system, it doesn't know the difference between running or doing leg press, right? Or doing push-ups. It's all going to be cardio because you are stimulating that pathway. So that's kind of advanced physiology stuff. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty because I think it goes way over people's heads. But that's just in a nutshell. Training your muscles does improve your cardiovascular system the same way it taxes your cardiovascular system. If you don't believe me, go do a workout where you do 100 push-ups, 200 pull-ups, and 300 squats, and then go run your fastest 5K. Are you going to run your fastest 5K? No. Why? because your cardiovascular system is tired. You just used it doing resistance-based exercises. And you might say to yourself, well, Cam, you said 300 reps. Of course, that's probably cardio. What about 200 reps? What about 100? What about 20 reps or 10 reps? You don't think 10 reps done really hard is going to stimulate your cardiovascular system? It is, and it does. So it's important to remember that and understand that you are getting these adaptations from resistance type exercises. Think of pushing a sled, right? How would pushing a sled for 30 seconds get you more cardiovascular benefit than doing squats for 30 seconds or leg press for 30 seconds? It's all tied together, and your cardiovascular system doesn't know the difference. Your nervous system would, and that's why it's important to train the exact modality that you're being tested on. Because if you just do leg presses or squats and then you're going to go run and test yourself on running, you're not going to do that good with running. So you have to practice the skill that you are trying to improve at. So we know this is true, but not a lot of people are saying it the way I'm saying it. And so it's kind of a message that gets swept under the rug. So it's hopefully what I'm saying actually resonates with you guys and you understand what I'm saying. But it's important to train the exact way you're trying to be tested and perform so that you can do your best. If you're swimming for 5 years and then you test yourself on a 5K, you're probably not going to do the best, right? And you would expect that. You wouldn't expect a swimmer to do the best on the 5K, right? You wouldn't expect a 5K runner to be really good at swimming because they're not practicing that exact movement pattern. There's a lot that your body is adapting to specific patterns and specific timing and the pace that you're moving at with swimming and with running. So hopefully this video you found helpful. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment down below. I answer any questions you might have. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, coach4_Cam, and I will see you guys in the next one.